Mortgage rates just hit 6.65%. And today we are in July, the second half of 2026, and homes in Myrtle Beach are sitting on the market for well over 118 days. If you own a home here in Myrtle Beach, then this video in the next 6 minutes is going to tell you what you need to understand and know to make an informed decision. Let's go. Let's use a home for $375,000, and the buyer's going to be putting down about 10%. At a 6.65 interest rate, their monthly payment is going to be around $2,175. And that's just monthly principal and interest. That's not including insurance. That's not including property taxes or HOA payments. Now, here's where sellers need to pay attention. That same buyer today could have bought your house 5 months ago with a 5.98% interest rate. Same house, $375,000. 5.98%, put down 10%, and they were looking at a monthly mortgage payment of about $2,020. That's a difference of $155 a month, around $1,860 a year. Over 5 years, that's over $9,300 back in their pocket as a buyer if they were to buy when it was 5.98%, and buyers know this. Here's the behavioral data that confirms it. In a May 2026 survey, over 62% of buyers were waiting for the mortgage rates to fall. The same percentage of buyers last year that said they were waiting for mortgage rates to fall before they bought, watched mortgage rates stay elevated. These buyers, they're not going away, they're adjusting. The buyers who are writing offers right now have come to the reality that 6.65% is here to stay, and they are negotiating accordingly. These buyers are making offers today or asking for closing cost assistance, rate buy downs. They're offering 3 to 4% below your asking price and expecting the sellers to meet them. That is your current buyer in July of 2026. Now, here's the date that every single Myrtle Beach homeowner, or actually anyone around the country that's thinking about selling, needs to put on their calendar. July 28th and 29th, the next Federal Reserve meeting. While a change in interest rates is highly unlikely when the Fed meets, whatever they say in this meeting could affect the bond markets, which is directly influenced into the mortgage rates. And you have to remember, going into this meeting, what these 18 federal officials said at the last Fed meeting is that 9 out of 18 said they expect a rate hike by the end of the year. The new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, has basically stripped all forward guidance out of the June statement. And inflation is running at 4.2%, which the Fed's goal is 2%. Also remember, July 31st brings the PCE index release, the Fed's preferred inflation measure. A higher than usual reading could push rates up even higher into August. So here's what that means for your listing timeline. If you want to be under contract while the buyer is capitalizing on a 6.65% interest rate, you need to be listed, marketed, get showings, and get an offer on the table within the next 2 to 3 weeks. If you wait after the Fed meeting on July 28th, and what we're predicting is that the Fed is still going to take the stance of being hawkish and rates tick up because of it, then your buyer is going to cut their budget because mortgage rates are going to force them to cut their budget, or worse, they may step back entirely on buying. Now, let me bring this home completely using my market, which is the Myrtle Beach Grand Strand market, because the national headlines, they don't tell the full story. We currently have 6,165 active properties on the market that's not selling. 6,165 properties that are competing for a buyer pool that is rate sensitive, already negotiating hard, and taking 118 days just to make a decision. The average home in the Myrtle Beach market is taking almost 4 months to get an offer, and they're selling for 4% or lower below their asking price. Now, that's not a crash, but it's not a seller's market. We're in a disciplined buyer's market where buyers are buying homes that are priced correctly from day one. Here's the seasonal reality here in the Grand Strand area. Summers here in Myrtle Beach, they run hot till about the end of August. After Labor Day, We have a lot less buyers in town because they're not vacationing anymore. It's not as hot. Kids are in school, and they've either bought already or just decided, I'll wait till next year during the spring. Maybe the rates will come back down then. And if you're not under contract by, I'm going to say end of July to August, before Labor Day, you could be holding this property through the fall and winter months. Doing that with potentially higher rates, the same or more competition, and buyers who have even more leverage. Now I want to shift because I want to address something very directly because I hear it from sellers all the time. Mike, I'll wait to sell when rates come back down. I understand that logic, but I'm going to give you some data that may change your thinking. If mortgage rates stay the same or go up, asking prices will start to soften and sale prices will follow with a lag. And this is coming from Realtor.com senior economist Jake Krimmel. Nationally, list prices are down 2.4% year over year in May, which is the steepest decline since 2017. In other words, waiting for the rates to come back down means selling in a little bit better of a rate environment, but you will be selling at a much lower price than you could today. And if rates don't come down, then you're stuck with another 6 months of carrying costs, mortgage, insurance, property taxes, HOA, maintenance costs, all while sitting on the market being unsold, collecting basically days on market where buyers are going, they either can't sell it or it's overpriced. Home values have appreciated about 17% since 2022. Even with the rising mortgage rates, but that appreciation has slowed significantly in this market. That equity that you earned, that is real. The question is, do you protect that equity by acting now or let it erode away by waiting for something that may not come anytime soon? So what's the action plan right now? Here is what I'm telling every single seller that I'm working with. Number one, get an updated comparative market analysis from your real estate agent. Or if you're in the Myrtle Beach market, just call me. And make it for today. Not the Zillow's estimate, not what your neighbor sold for in 2022. For today. Find out what home similar to yours is selling for within a 15-mile radius in your neighborhood with the same features, same size in the last 60 days because the market has moved. Your values have changed. Number two, price it at market from day one. Don't price it higher to leave room for negotiation. Don't price it higher to test the market. Price it at market from day one, where buyers are waiting 118 days to make a decision and offering 4% minimum or less below your asking price. The sellers who are winning the buyer right now and selling are pricing right from day one. Number three, offer a rate buy down. Instead of reducing your price $10,000, offer that $10,000 as a rate buy down and closing costs to the buyer. It will help buyers to lower their monthly mortgage payment, which buyers feel their monthly mortgage payment more than the purchase price. And this is actually what's moving homes right now. Number four, call me this week. Not next week, not next month. Call me this week. The summer window of the Grand Strand market is closing on you because it's measured in weeks, not months. Every week you wait is another week of carrying costs of your mortgage, insurance, HOA, property taxes, any maintenance, any repairs, on top of buyers continuously getting squeezed with an interest rate that's continuously going up. To summarize, rates hit 6.65% today. The Federal Reserve meets on July 28th. We have almost 6,200 properties on the market here in the Grand Strand area, and we have buyers who are negotiating even harder than ever. That's your July 2026 market report. The sellers that are currently selling right now are not waiting for a perfect rate environment. They're not waiting for the interest rates to fall. They're pricing correctly from day one. They're negotiating with buyers to get the deal done and get it sold to protect their equity that was built over the last 4 or 5 years. If you want a no fluff market analysis on your property here in the Grand Strand area, my number's down below. Give me a call, text me, or click the link to set up a phone call with you. And if this gave you just a little bit of a clearer picture of the real estate market, hit the subscribe and like button. Every Friday, real estate and Grand Strand market data is what I'm providing to you.